So, United We Suck. That's kind of a dumb title. United We Aren't. That's more like it. I mean, we are so divided. Just politics alone, how there can be half and half Democrats and Republicans that completely disagree with each other and we're in the same nation. That is beyond me. How there's not more of a gray area independent party that just can't attract most of the country. I mean, once conservative, baby boomer, old school people finally move on in the next 10 years, I think then we're going to get a lot more liberated and have some more open-mindedness. It's just taking for fucking ever, but patriotism, give me a break. Hardly anyone's patriotic, man. We would have no vets suffering if people really gave a fuck about the vets, especially Vietnam. You see them holding signs, they're behind dumpsters and they're going mental, PTSD, all that crap. They can't get jobs. I mean, look what they did for the country. Man, people don't really care. They just stand up and do a standing ovation at sporting events when there's a couple military there. And we do mean it, but it's weak. We don't really support it. We just, all right, good for them, Again, like a like on a social media page. That's as much as people do anymore. I hashtagged my opinion. Good enough. What a softy culture we are. The arrogance and this self-absorption, arrogance and cockiness. Like the Aurora theater shootings. Those parents got together and tried to sue the theater for being negligent and allowing it to happen. That is beyond me. What does a theater have to do with it? So now we want to pay taxes and have guards at every theater in America, at every mall, every school, billions of dollars. All right, things will be safer, but gotta pay taxes. Dumb fucks. I'm so glad that didn't even go to trial. I think the judge just probably rolled his eyes and go, you want to sue the movie theater because of a random act happened. There's too much of that. Sue. You step on someone's property. Sue. God, everyone's angry and fucking biased and, it's just... and then the Olympics, when I watch the Olympics, when they all come, I love the opening and closing ceremonies a lot. And an Afghanistan guy comes in, he was just all alone. He was just waving and wow, so proud to be the one dude from a country that's so fucked, Afghanistan, but he's a normal, great human being. He just unfortunately was born in Afghanistan, poor dude. But he was just so grateful. One fucking guy. Then, of course, United States roll in with their selfie sticks and, and taunting and their weird dancing and just that cocky, don't do that, America. I know you're excited to be there and we kick ass on most sports. It's obvious. We have, but just don't be fucking douchebags about it. God, it was just so annoying. It's like, oh, okay. Narcissism, of course. Flakiness, I've covered many times. It's just unbelievable. I call it the fickle, flaky fucks. A lot of this culture now, which is so many people, it's unbelievable. Most people mean well, but aren't worth a shit. That's the difference. People go, most people are nice, but they don't look at the other part of it. Yeah, but are they worthy of anything? Not really. Most people are glass half full, have shallow minds, and again, mediocrity is good enough. What? I don't see anything wrong. Let's cover the bad and move on. No, you got to fix the bad. That's what realists do, like me. I'm a gray area realist. I want to fix the bad and move on and make things better. The glass could and should be 80% full. You fucking optimist. You hypocritical, biased optimist, I should say. Oh, God. I mean, we're going to have more and more electronics taking over jobs and, more and more humans populating the place with less jobs for humans because nerds creating more technology. It's like, what a fucking shit show. It's like, it's hard. Too many people are going to suffer from how things are going. I look at it as people just focus on the tip of the iceberg. Most people on the planet, and this country especially, just tip of the iceberg. Oh, it looks good. Below, there's a lot to deal with, but they just overlook it. Everyone thinks that's the positive attitude. Just dwell, don't dwell on the past or the bads. Just focus on the goods. It's like, yeah, that's good for a bit, but you got to fix some of the bad, or look how long it takes things to progress in this country. They've proven that, the chemicals in mushrooms, LSD, and ecstasy helps depression. And it makes sense because when I've tripped, I'm happy as fuck. So why not have a legalized pill with a lot of background check? You can't, not just everyone can get it. And stiff penalties if you go on the black market with it and try to sell it. But people that really need it, just a small dosage and you're happy. Isn't that what life's supposed to be about? Happy and achieving and just being, things being fair for you, because most of the people aren't plagued with some mental disorder or something. They don't want that shit to be legal because it's a drug. You know, just typical square, vanilla, middle-class America. No, it's a drug. You know, it's bad. No, it isn't. Look what LSD did. It's created Jack Nicholson's career. It created Apple. Steve Jobs credited acid. It wrote the first season of South Park. They both admitted they were taking acid the entire time writing those episodes. Acid's great, just in moderation. But most people are fucking reckless and can't moderate. They have addicted personalities, and they overdo everything. That's America. We overdo everything. Supersize, not enough. I need another flavor. We're reckless, and that's the problem with too much freedom. Is you abuse it, and then we turn into douchebags. And that's exactly what's happening with this country. Too much. Too spoiled. God damn it. You know, we worship fame. That drives me nuts about this country. The whole world does. I mean, it's awful. Because you can say whatever you can agree with so many people when they talk on TV, and then your friends just go, dude, you're being outlandish, you're delusional. I'm like, well, that's what all those comedians said that you laughed about and said, God, he's so right and so brilliant. It's so funny when you're a struggling artist, you're considered delusional and a dreamer. But if you get the lucky break and make it, all of a sudden you're a genius and one of a kind. That's the support local artists get, is a bunch of bullshit, vanilla-coated, middle-class, typical people that don't get how much harder the artistic industry is. Or even if they do, they still don't get what a pain in the ass it is to go through a lot of that shit. And I'll get into the music industry much more down the road because a lot of you dumbasses still don't get it. How lucky you are if you're not an artist, and artist versus artistic, and is it a hobby or is it your part of your soul? There's big differences in how hard your life can be with whatever your purpose was meant to be. And it's very unfair for artists. It's a 70-30 world. 70 left brain, 30 right brain. And the right brains usually have mental problems, and just have bigger ambitions and more soul and crazier brains, so it's a harder life in general. Every day you're just like, I want to save the world, but no, that's all what it's about, so united, we aren't. Divided, we stand. What are you gonna do, right? Is what it is, right?